Hello everybody, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We'll be with you very shortly, just setting up a few final things, and then we'll be diving right in. Hello everybody, how are we all? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, welcome along. Yes, we're back again, and this time it's me in the seat of power, but not to fear. The lovable rogue that is Erik is with us, and we're going to bring him in. He can say, hello, look, there he is, that happy smiley face. See, that is what you want to see on a Friday, isn't it? That gets you through the week, just to see Erik's smiley face. How are you, Erik?
Hello. I'm good. I'm alive. I have been created because you pushed a button, and I am satisfied.
That's all you got to do now. You just got to press a button or two. But yeah, here we are. 2 weeks flown by since our last stream, and yeah, we're going to dive in on my playthrough this time. So we could still expect to see some deaths. I know Erik was doing a wonderful job of that the last time, but you know, he does play on Nightmare. I only play on hard. You know. He's got, you know, I've got skill issues. I'll admit that, you know, Erik's a wonderful pilot. So now we'll dive in with a hard gameplay. We'll be doing the Q&As as always, every 30 minutes or so. So if you do have any questions, then do fire them in. Erik will be collating those questions and we'll try and answer them between us. You know, obviously, if I can't answer anything, I'm sure Erik will have the answer, as he always generally does. Or we've got Lee in the chat as well if we need some more specifics. So please do ask those questions, and we shall fire through them when we can. We've got some screenshots as well, as we always do. We've got some wonderful ones that have come in. And also a couple of videos to show you as well. Just a couple of videos, which is very, very nice to see. Thank you very much for those that have sent those in. But yeah, we'll take a look at those later on. But yes, I think it's time to bring some game sound in. You'll see my game. I shall get rid of Erik. You say bye-bye now, Erik. Bye-bye, Erik.
Bye-bye.
There, he's gone. Right, let's just get you out of the way for the time being. So here we are, continuing on with our gameplay. We were here at Forlorn Vale, looking at just opening this little puzzle here. So let's go find some things, shall we? Specifically, another one of these. Not in here. One of these little rooms that we need. Which one are you in? Are you in that one? In this one? Let's find you. Nope, you weren't in that one either. I'll be here all day looking for this. Maybe in this one. Third time lucky. I can feel it. Oh, maybe, yes. I like that. Boink that over there. Boink. Debris. A bit more over there. Boink. There we go. Get rid of that bit of debris. Boink. Of it. Right, ancient rune. Here we are. Thank you very much. Let's take you over here and get you planted where you should be. Over there. Whoop. Right, let's find which specific rotation we need, because we need to open that one. Oh, there's more debris. Oh, unbelievable. People have been messing about with debris everywhere. Right, okay. So let's rotate this one round. There. Got this one. Okay, we've got a little symbol there. Turn that one around. Turn it around again. There we go. Lovely. Let's see. Okay, this one, yeah. Rotation. Lovely, lovely. Go. And the last one is over here. That little symbol again. Round and see. Ah, indeed. Oh, that's not so good. Who put that in the way? The warden. Our friend. The warden. Just what we want. Okay. Nighty night.
Be fusing with that cube.
Here we go. Yes. And back again. Room, very easy to get too close and personal. Oh, see you here. Nope. Using again. Come on, come on. Yeah, no, you want to. Done. Give that a little bash. Okay. Oh yeah.
You can't hide from me.
You can't hide from me. Sneaking over there. Round the corner, eh? Lovely. I hope everybody's well. I hope you've all had a fabulous week. And you've all been just waiting for the weekend so you can dive in and play some more games. Obviously, Everspace 2 will be top of that list. Everybody's going to play that on the weekend. I think it's going to be a launch. I don't know how well we can enforce that, but I'm sure it'd be a wonderful thing to have. There we go. He's jumping about. There he is. I see you. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Thank you. Die. Not that close. Don't want to be that friendly, thank you. Have boundaries. There we go. Uh-oh.
It is collapsing. I recommend gaining some distance. Phew. We're still alive.
We're still alive.
This warden was different than the ones we encountered in the past. For one, it did not posthumously turn into a black hole.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, I remember. Better wrap things up around here before it remembers too.
Right, let's take this nice little ancient artifact. Thank you very much.
10 to 1, but this is what the hacker's looking for. Time to get out before another warden shows up.
Indeed. Let's return to the surface. But it pointed the way out.
Let's take whatever this thing is back to the hacker and never come back here.
I agree.
Adam, pessimist. You want to come back here? It's a lovely place. Whoop.
Well, that was fun.
Bit of fresh air.
Let's head back
In
to
a
Fallon
spaceship.
Pango.
Right. Let's make like a tree and leave.
Boo.
Dad jokes are not optional here, sorry. Right, let's go back to the outer rim. Let's go see a certain bovine person. I'm sure we'll have some wonderful thing to say to us. My death counter, that's a very good question. I think I'm probably about 6 or 7, I think. Not entirely sure, I can't remember.
We haven't kept it updated because it says 4, but I know that's not correct.
Oh, I think it's definitely correct. I'll go before. I might have transferred a few of mine onto yours, you know.
I was gonna say, I think you did.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I eradicated everybody's memory, you know, a bit like, you know, Will Smith. Ching, look into the light. There we go. We didn't see any deaths there at all. We are many black after all, let's be fair. Black polo shirts, but you know.
That's right.
Right. Let's head here and see what is happening. A remote station that I cannot see. Docked. Whoop.
Is this what you wanted?
You found it.
Oh, Fallon
Care to
Pango.
swap this for a material encryptor?
Certainly, but please be careful with it. It took me a long time to perfect it.
Indeed.
Say, with all this information you're hoarding, what can you tell me about a man called Maddox?
I assume you're referring to Henley Maddox, the comrade of Dexter Bashar, whose signature was broadcast alongside yours when you were held by Bloodstar.
That's the guy.
I don't know much. He's a very private person and always avoided doing
He's a
business
good
with
character,
me.
is Fallon Pango.
I
Very
understand he killed his
mysterious.
superior during the recent war and is now searching for something very valuable. But the only objects of real value are ancient things, like the one you just brought to me. Ancient and dangerous. The Okar guarding these artifacts closely.
He
By the way,
not wrong.
you may care to know that they are already on the move.
Who? The Okar?
Yes, a raid on Avonrest. It's been on the wavelengths for some time now. Since that's where you flew in from when coming here, I assume that is where
Oh,
your
he's
friend
clever,
is
is
hiding.
Fallon. He's very,
No
very
scrap.
clever.
Gotta go.
Don't be a stranger, Adam.
So, obviously, Fallon Pango is a very popular figure within the community. What is your most favorite NPC character that we come across? Obviously, there's a lot of love for Erik out there, probably because he reminds everybody of Erik, you know.
Nonsense.
But still, who is your favorite? Oh, Florey's like straight in. Hive, yes. The sarcasm and humor with Hive is very well loved across the community, and yeah. Plus, he's got such a fantastic British accent. I mean, why not? He even says aluminium correctly. Right, let's see. Actually, while we're here, let me do a little bit of customization on my ship, because I've got a nice little... I quite like that colour scheme. It's very, very nice. Although I'd like to have a look at the engine effects. Obviously, if you don't have these are part of the supporter pack, which is available for you to purchase on Steam. We're hoping to bring them to other storefronts in the future. But right now, yeah, we're only on Steam for these. But if you want to, very much optional DLC. There's no game-changing, elements to it. It literally is all cosmetic. But we'll be eternally grateful for your support if you do purchase them. And a lot of you already have, and we're very, very grateful. But let's have a little... Should we go for a bit of sparkle there? There's a bit of sparkle. Well, bubbles. Okay, Stardust. I like Stardust. We'll go with Stardust. Love that. Let's have a look at the boosters. We'll go with that. That's a good compliment, I think. Maybe we can just change the... Probably stick with the... Yeah, we'll stick with yellow and the blue. Yeah, that's always a good combo. There we go. That wasn't too shabby, was it? There we go. So let's head out. I'm just going to check, actually, is there anything that we need to sell? Not really. No. No, we're not. We'll leave that for the time being. Got Anything good? No, he's only got plasma. Okay, we're definitely going to up that because that's slightly better than what we've got because that's level 12, that's level 13. You do find, and Erik will quantify this as well, when you're playing on the higher difficulties, keeping up with your gear is probably more important than if you're playing on slightly easier because you can get into so much more trouble. Having firepower that will get you out of those situations is handy. Obviously, when you're at higher difficulty, then yes, it can be a bit more problematic. So yeah, do keep an eye on your level of your gear. Do maintain it. If you find that you're not hitting things very hard, you might find out that it's just because your gear is a little bit outdated. Still got the 12 there on the synchro. No, stick with what we've got. Stick with what we've got for the time being. Right, let's make like a tree and get out of here. Erik was thinking, he's going to say it again. He's going to say it again.
Nonsense.
And I can see his face all the time. No, you guys can't see it, but I can see Erik's face. He's kind of shaking his head at me. He's like, really?
He is not responding.
Let's just hope he's ignoring me and the Okar haven't gotten to him yet.
Indeed. Right, as we fly to Avon Rest here, I'm just going to point out that there is an issue still with this particular mission. I'm sure a lot of you have already played through this particular part of Smoke and Mirrors. However, we do have an outstanding issue to do with the scaling of Maddox. Obviously, once you see the little instance that I'm going to be going into, at the lower levels of difficulty, easy, very easy, and sometimes at normal, Maddox can be a little bit squishy in terms of getting destroyed by the Okar. We are aware of it, but what we found is if you play on normal or above, so normal, hard, very hard, nightmare, his ability to survive is a lot higher. The scaling is there. So if you are finding it a little bit difficult to deal with the Okar, then that is why. Try bumping up your difficulty a little bit. It can be a challenge. However, certain other... If I just pause it there before I go down there. If you do use certain weapons, certain devices, it can make your life a little bit easier. Sometimes as well, if you're finding that you just can't survive because you're just on level, sometimes coming back again later on, doing some more missions, increasing your level will make it obviously a little bit easier. But just be aware that we are aware of the issue. And it will be rectified in the future. But currently, just bumping up your setting of difficulty will help in this matter.
Announcement to all settlement occupants.
Yep.
We are conducting a routine raid. Do not hinder our access to storage facilities and vessels.
Scrap! The Okar are already here.
We're already here.
I need to get to Maddox's hangar and transfer the software before they can scan him.
Indeed.
You have no authority to barge in on us like this. We are a...
I just want to check actually. Okay, that may help as well in terms of the damage to the Okar in this fight. Using a thermal gun is handy as well as something that does kind of AoE damage because you can kind of get the attention of the Okar to yourself rather than on Maddox. So we may switch to that just to make it a little bit easier, although they are both kinetic, so we shall see. We shall see. We'll actually, I'll just switch it back and we'll see.
and have complied with all the
Okay,
regulations.
get the material encrypted to Maddox. We are on a timer.
Here. Those who impede our investigations will be dealt with severely.
Yada yada yada.
The ship should be handled a lot like a diet. It needs to be well balanced.
Indeed, indeed. That's a very good analogy. I love it.
Yeah, transferring it as we speak.
Great. Now the Okar will probably register a change to the roster once I upload this to my
Yes,
systems.
Maddox, you
Try to keep
silly
them off my back
fool.
long enough so I can get the whole shebang running.
I'm not so sure about taking on the Okar.
They'll be here any minute. Come on, kid. We're in this together now. Once I'm out, I'll meet you back at Rhodia Station as soon as I can make it.
Well, all right. Let's do this thing.
Right. We've got one last chance before we dive in there. We've got EMP on as well, so that might help. Corrosion injector, and then teleporter if we need to get out of there. So let's give it a whirl. What can happen? Apparently nobody believes that my death counter is only at 4.
Engage units for intercept.
Check again. None of my people will... Scrap Maddox, you idiot! We should have never taken...
are venturing towards Maddox, then we need to... Hello, little boom. We do need to kind of intervene, like that one there. There is so many of them, Adam, you're right. Ooh, I'm very close to that cruiser. Get off, Maddox. Get off. Come on. Fire on me, thank you. Hello. Oh, you go zipping away. Like zipping about. These are not doing things either. Me
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I love it. I love what he says. It's full of hints, is this man. Full of hints.
Hey.
Cool. You know, just, whoa, hello, the streamers don't work over this. We have a tendency to not to want to use G. It's, you know, we just feel it's quite antiquated and feel like there's no point. Another
That's a really good excuse.
There's more coming in. Well, and he's out of there. So yeah, whilst it is tough, and I was struggling a little bit there, it does help just to keep the aggro on yourself with the slight issue with the scaling if you're playing on the lower levels.
Damn, it's that colonial cruiser again.
Primary weapons are what's all about, you know. Secondaries are just last year.
Crap, I'm screwed.
Let's skip these. Come on, skip the memories. You can all watch them. Add downlock over on Twitch. I get that reference. I get that reference. You're doing good, kid.
Hey,
Yes. We getting to see.
what the?
Oh, yes. See one of the very strong characters of the game. Wanna mess with this lady?
You are awake. We meet again, Mr. Roslin. Oh, what?
I don't know. I
What?
personally think
You can
she's
never tell anymore. So many
her
crossed
attitude's
paths.
built off of
Anyway, I am well acquainted with
defense.
you in the
I think she's
Roslin
hiding something.
My ship is in the docking bay.
She might
Returned by the
sound
Okar
strong.
authorities
Oh.
who handed it
Oh.
over to me along with your
She's
good
got something to
self.
hide.
It was you who raided the Bloodstar base.
Yes, looking for you. I've had quite a difficult time finding you.
You need me for something, or I'd be dead already.
Acutely observed, Mr. Roslin. After all, you shouldn't exist. Part of my remit was to erase every trace of the Roslin cloning facilities in the DMZ. Hundreds of loose cannons like you roaming the
Adam
region and
Roslin's a
causing
clone?
problems. Something had to be done about it.
News?
I can't help what I am.
Don't expect pity from me. It's lucky for you that more serious matters are afoot. Pull up case file G72-844. Do you know who this is?
Yeah, Oscar Blakemore. He's
It's
the
a
JP
revelation
director
there,
for all
Hakoon.
DMZ
It's a
operations.
revelation.
Good. And this?
I only heard about it, haven't been there. Vesna mining colony in the Zarkov system. G&B regional headquarters.
Good. So you seem to have some idea of the astropolitical situation in the DMZ.
Look, what's this about?
This is about you, Mr. Roslin.
That isn't me.
No, but that is Adam Roslin, Blakemore's right hand.
You want me to be him.
Exactly.
Wait.
I need you to infiltrate the mining colony as the other Adam Roslin and gather some information for me.
And in return,
I let your base stand. I let you live.
I guess that's good enough incentive.
Yeah, backed into a
I
corner
think
there,
I
Adam.
might have encountered him.
When?
Not long ago. The jump gate at Union Bridge.
Well, it must have been him, since you are the only 2 Roslyn clones remaining.
Only 2?
That's right. The cloning stations have been offline for some time now, and many clones were identified and intercepted attempting to reach the homeworlds. We couldn't have that, could we? And now there is just the other Adam Roslyn, who is an agent for G&B, and you, who I can't really figure out yet. You are already in a difficult position. It is time to be clear about your allegiances. You can rehabilitate yourself with the fleet and we can leave you in peace.
Big
Or
demand.
I can put you and your companions on a high priority eliminate list. Which will it be?
I would take the common sense approach.
Good. I have someone on the inside at the mining colony. She'll walk you through. So, we have an understanding.
Yeah.
Understanding. So remember, if you do have any questions, please do fire them in. If you want to tag Erik in the questions, he's going to collect them and we'll go through them in probably 5 minutes or so if we have any
Using
more.
the main jump gate to the Zarkov system where Vesna mining colony is located will not be an option, as you will be immediately registered.
There's a smuggler's route I've heard of. I know someone who can get me through.
Of course you do. Our agent will send you instructions once you are through to the system. My technicians have uploaded further instructions to your hive unit. You will require some extra coaching in order to convincingly portray the other Roslyn. In the
Bullshit.
meantime, you and I will need to maintain radio silence until the task is finished. If you are discovered, I will deny any knowledge of your existence. And as a fugitive Roslyn clone, I will be obligated to hunt you down.
Oh,
I have no
harsh
intention
lady.
of getting caught.
She's a harsh one.
Having a colonial cruiser this close to your home base may cause irritation for your companions.
You're right. I better check on him.
Gives you that idea, Hive. Bonk. Testing the conditions of the ship.
Adam, what the heck is going on? Why is there a great big colonial cruiser at our door?
They were my ride home.
Yeah, about that.
I realize this looks bad, but maybe we can play things to our advantage. First things first. Has Maddox shown up?
Has he shown up?
You were expecting more company?
I was hoping, but maybe it was too much to expect a mercenary like Maddox to follow through. Circumstances have changed. I'm in a real bind now. I need to do a top secret job for the fleet. If I pull this off, we'll be given some kind of reprieve from the colonial authorities. But I don't know to what
Coming
extent
good.
that
It's all
means
coming
or
good.
if I can trust this commissioner.
God damn it, Adam. What have you gotten us into?
Hey, Erik. Back when I was delivering the red plasma gin,
No idea, but I'm sure Tarjak.
Oh, we need to
that
go see
Okar
Tarjak.
bootlegger, would
Let's
know if
go
anyone
see
did.
Tarjak. So.
Okay, I'm heading to Cartwright's wake to catch up with him. You might not hear from me for a while. If Maddox shows up, tell him to sit tight.
We'll hold the fort. Let us...
Oh, there we go, into the vortex. Into the vortex. Just going to double check what we got. Okay, we've unlocked the rare railgun. Okay, that's good. Excellent. And we've got some silver particles. Nice. Right, so let's just do a little restock while we're here. That's some rockets. How are we doing on these tractor beam repairs? We've been... Okay, we've got cooling units, got power casing, tractor beam. Lacking super gel, so they need to be on the lookout for that. Delia. She's always handy with the energy orbs. So, okay, some diodes. Okay, we'll put them into there. Lots of power cells. So we just need 6 more crystal diodes. We'll probably pick them up from somewhere. Hive. We haven't got a sarcasm perk, unfortunately, so we can't do anything with that one. Right. So, let's go off and see if we can catch up with Tarjak. I wonder who else we'll find.
Hey, Hive. Those fleet techs been tinkering with you? You still yourself?
Inasmuch as I have still not been updated to the Eterna network and have been grossly insulted by being treated as illegitimate machinery, I am the same Hive as before.
What did they do to you?
I have been supplemented with a coaching protocol based upon the personality profile of your target subject, Adam Roslin, commander of the G&B Elite Squad in the DMZ. I am to aid you in becoming like him, and to intervene during moments when you are not playing the part properly.
So my onboard AI is now here to show me how to act more like me. Crazy.
Easy. Cool. Right, let's get jumped to Union Bridge. Get out of there. More crazy stuff. Fast forward, quickly, lickety split. Just to Union Bridge. Get through the gate. Avoid the big rocks. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to land here, see if we've got anything that we can purchase at the trading station, and as we do, we can ask and answer some of those questions that have come in. Let's see what we can find. We'll bring the wonderful Erik in, and he's happy, smiley. There he is, the lovable rogue. Look at him, smiley. There he is. So what do we got, Erik? What do we got?
Yeah, we just have a couple of questions, keeping it nice and light today. So I'm going to ask a bonus question. The first one, a little bit more of a silly question. It's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. The question is, when will we see an Everspace monopoly? Comes from Harkonnen on Twitch.
I know where this has come from, and it's something that we'd absolutely love to do. I think to see an Everspace Monopoly board game would be fantastic. I think everyone on the team would love to see something like that. Will it happen? Very good question. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But yes, it's something that we would love to see. Getting everybody playing, obviously, on a weekend, getting the whole family around the board, you know, playing Monopoly. What more could you ever ask for? I've just seen like, yeah, never happening over on Twitch chat. No. But no, it'd be something that we'd love to see, to be fair. It'd be nice, but who knows?
Next question we have comes from Korusami, I think is how it's said. And this question is, any plans to add more side mission content to expand the lore and give more goodies for your ship? I'll go ahead and answer this one because we have actually said it in the past before. Yeah. The short answer is yes. We are going to be building a little bit more content into Everspace 2. We've made it known that there is a future DLC planned. So that's about as much as I can say on that front.
Indeed. Excellent answer, sir. Excellent answer.
The last question that we do have comes from Bearded Frog, and it is Bomber, no inertial dampeners, cockpit view, scrap race win.
That would be awesome. We might save that for a little bit further on in my playthrough, but we have got a video to show pertaining to that exact race later on, which we'll be showing off. It's coming from a wonderful pilot who's attempted it. We want to see more. We want to see everybody with that challenge. See how good you really are. Can you, talk the talk and walk the walk? That's the good question. But no, is that it for the time being, Erik?
That's it for the time being. I also did want to just casually ask you, Gary, what's this build that you're working on here? Do you have a specific direction you're taking it, or are you just kind of slapping things together as you're leveling up?
Pretty much I'm slap dab with this one, to be fair. I think it was a case of we tried the Scout, failed miserably with that, so I went kind of back to something that's a little bit more familiar, which is the Sentinel. I have played a Sentinel a lot as well as the gunship. Yeah, as I see, I may change again as we play through. It's more for the entertainment of trying out the different ships rather than specifically something that I would want to play, because I know you guys are producing some wonderful builds out there. Our Everspace 2 guides and builds over on our Discord has been hit very, very hard with some recommendations from some of you players, and thank you very much for doing that. It does cause quite a lot of conversation and intrigue and entertainment. So if you do want to look over on our Discord, check it out. You may get an idea how you want to build out your ship with a specification that may get you through 2000 lunacy in the Rift, which is a lot of aims for a lot of people. But yeah, do check it out. It's a wonderful resource that's there for you. Right then, we shall fly on. We shall bid Erik goodbye for the time being. If you do have any more questions, do fire them in. He's cataloguing them all. And yeah, I can still see him waving after I turn the camera off as well. I thought, oh, Eric's giving me a personal wave there. But yes, we shall fly on and continue on with this story. So off we go. Right, let's go through the gate. Get this container. Containers for me are a bit like side quests. Once I see them, I just have to dash off and go get them because you never know what goodies they're going to contain. After all that, I got scrap metal. It's so worth the effort. I've got something jumping in, so I'm just about to jump out. Get going. Through the gate we go. Onwards into... loving the interactions on the chat.
Hive, I need to ask you something.
I am your captive audience.
Captive
I've been having
audience.
these weird dreams, these visions. They seem to be connecting me with something, but I can't quite figure it out.
Firstly, I can report that many clones have reported such phenomena, which have been hypothesized as a form of tissue memory. Secondly, I must remind you that I am an on-board AI,
Inbound.
not a psychotherapist, and cannot help you in dream interpretation.
Okay, thanks for the help.
He's so helpful, he's Hive at times. And then not so helpful at other times. He provides in-ship entertainment. I get a bit of frog over on YouTube. I can imagine he's very straight talking. I can't imagine that he'd have anything nice to say. He would be very direct and straight to the point and probably have you in tears, but then telling you some home truths as well. Okay, so having a little fire at me. Thank you. You can go away too. Ow. He's shooting at me with his missiles. Not today. Right. Off a little bit of distance to get away, and then I can attack at my leisure. Hiding here. Avoid that. Another little turret there.
You're making a great use of the abilities of your different weapons, I would like to add.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I like to get out of the hell out of there. Give myself some distance between the enemy and myself. Right. We'll look inside. We might find some nice little goodies. Anything in here? A bulletproof container. Did we get... Ooh, we got the nano transmitter, a NAS support device, and a sensor. Let's have a little look see at the sensor. Is that an upgrade? 5.9. We do have the Salva Perusa, which is quite nice. It does blast as it does increase our firepower. Wave pulse analyzer, possibly. I mean, that'd be quite nice if we can get another part of the Tides of Siren Sea set, obviously for the increased ult generation, which, as long as you remember to press the G key, does come in very handy.
Got him.
But currently, we've only got that one for the time being. So, okay, it's telling us corrosion missiles could do with a little bit of an upgrade. So if you do see the little red down icon that's flashing there on the corrosion missile, it is just to tell you and to remind you that that gear is slightly under your level. You can see that this is a level 9 and we're level 13. So it may not be as effective against enemies, and at some points it could become very ineffective. So again, it might be something that you need to look at to swap out. So... route to that one gives us a little bit more firepower. Yeah, we're not using the blaster, so I think we're going to swap that out. We're not using a blaster at the moment. We could switch to the Umbra there, but for the time being, give ourselves a bit more range on detecting ships. Pull up into that gas tank. Billy. Okay. Just avoid all those.
Here we are. That freighter sure looks familiar.
It does, doesn't it, Adam? I wonder who that could be.
I'm looking for Tarjak. Seen him around?
As I live and breathe, Adam.
Hello.
Terrain, wow. So that's your freighter outside. Thought I knew it from somewhere. It has been a long time.
I had wondered what had become of you.
Indeed. He's awesome.
You used to
Terrain.
visit my shop quite frequently. Even twice at one time, which I thought was unusual. And then your visits tapered off.
I wonder
until
why that happened,
eventually
Terrain.
nothing.
Who would wonder
So,
why?
you have survived the never-ending turmoil that is the DMZ.
Indeed.
That I have, Terrain, just barely. I tried to play it straight for a while and got a proper job.
Proper
but
jobs.
That didn't quite work out.
Yeah, exactly.
It
You'll never get a
does
proper
for the
job.
like of you and me, Adam. We outcasts are best following our own paths.
Amen to that. You still in the trading business?
Indeed. And I have moved up to bigger clients now.
He's moving,
Good for you.
moving on to
said
bigger
you were
stuff.
seeking Tarjak. He passed through some time ago, but is present.
I don't suppose you would know a way into the Zarkov system without getting noticed? I've heard from our old mutual friend
Of
Erik that some
course,
of you traders fly
Terrain
around through
will
there.
know.
That is true. And since you are such a valued and trusted old customer and friend, I would oblige you with access.
I actually
to a
find it
secret
fascinating when we
back door.
see the actual
Quite
pictures
clear
of our
about
voice
our
actors,
whereabouts.
and you
I will
see how
provide
they
you with the
look
precise location
in
and
comparison to how they
instructions on
portray
how
their
to
character.
activate
It is quite
You're
fascinating.
a star, Terrain. It's good to see you again. Let's catch up properly soon.
Now that we have found one another again, that can be a distinct possibility. I will be in Zarkov soon on the run.
Okay. Well, let's keep an eye.
Excellent, excellent. Right, let's just have a little bit of look at the shop. Ooh, sustained gauze cannon. Interesting. Anything else? Thermo gun. A little bit down on there. Nothing else. Potential with the gauze cannon. Does more kinetic and DPS, slightly less range. 10% of energy passes the armor. That's level 12, so yeah, I think I'm probably going to stick with the Synchro Pulse for the time being because the Synchro Pulse is still quite powerful. So let's stick with that for the time being. Let's go find hidden jump game. Isn't very hidden because it's over there.
Seeing Terrain again. It's a small universe.
Such re-encounters are not so improbable, considering the degree of social engagement you undertake within the confines of the DMZ.
You just gotta take the mystery out of everything, don't you?
Oh, drum. Here. Ooh. Another sensor. Get that. Put it over here. Turret. Can we get rid of? Thank you. Okay. Container there. And injector solar panels. Very nice. Hack that terminal. Where we go.
I sure hope this sketchy-looking gate is stable. Don't want to come out the other side.
Well, if it's not Adam, it's going to be a bit squishy. And out we go.
Welcome to Zarkov.
Into Zarkov.
I am receiving an encrypted message addressed to your signature.
That must be Hawk's agent. Put him through.
You made it in. First things first, I'm your contact for this mission. You can call me Tammy. Roslin is out of the system. If he jumps back in, we'll know right away and we'll have to abort. Before venturing further into the system, you need to pick up a data package with the required signature. You'll find it inside the gas vortex, which is frequented by scavengers. Do your best not to be seen. Communicate over.
Well, that was rather blunt. Could even get a hi or how are you?
Indeed. Right. So where are we getting. Story so far. Obviously, that's the commission that we've just found. One of the missions. Retrieve Rosalind's signature. The crash site over here. Head bosh because we can. If you do have any questions, please do fire them over to Erik. He will collate them and we should answer them a little bit further along. Are some of my favourite music. This. Love it.
The data package is located inside a wreck. You are advised to avoid the lightning rod crystals, which can cause electrical damage to our craft.
Tricky.
See if we can get in here without getting zapped too much and buffeted around. Always possible, but you know. It is what it is. Collect some resources while we're here as well. Obviously. Yeah. Oh, hello. Get that. I'm not careful. Good. Yeah. Okay. I'll go through. Open up and say ah. There we go. Right, elite fighter signature. Nice.
I was always so impressed with areas like this whenever we were going through development. Just the way that the lightning just illuminates the space of all of the, I guess you could call them clouds. And gosh, I love these spaces so much. Like I still remember even my experience in Everspace 1 and going into one of the nebulas for the first time and just going, whoa! Like I love it.
Yeah.
It fills me with such joy.
Yeah, the art team do a wonderful job with the effects and everything. As Erik just said there, the effect that we see from the lightning rods and how it illuminates the tunnels really gives you a sense of the environment being there and getting zapped on your sentinel. Just right on cue. And another one. We've got suppressor drones. We need to take those out. Hello.
To disperse.
Another one.
They will believe that you are the elite squad commander.
You there. You have 60 seconds to leave the area.
You shouldn't be picking fights out here on your own. He's not the elite boss. Encircle the son of a switch.
The son of a switch.
Seemingly hold a grudge against the elite squad.
I need to get rid of the suppressors, otherwise I'm stuck.
All them pesky little mines that dropped me out, caught me out earlier in the run. Let's not fall to that trap again. Oh, bad cats. Oh. I need to do something with regard to my energy because I'm running out very quickly. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Right. Kilometers away. Down. Avoid that. Yeah, the vista and the landscape around here is so spectacular with the clouds and the lighting, as Erik has said. It's a real sense of imposing doom or impending doom that's around every corner, and usually in the case of mines that are left like these here.
We always had some really healthy discussions during development. Tony is really great with level design. He's responsible for over 100 handcrafted locations, not by himself. Like, obviously we come together as a team to put it all together, and we've gone through various iterations of the levels as well to make certain puzzles feel more natural or more forgiving if they needed to be. Many iterations on that front, but every single space that we've been able to work into the game, I would say the entirety of the team has just been impressed and amazed by how it all comes together. I don't think there's a single location where we look at it and go, this doesn't feel like it belongs in the DMZ, or it doesn't feel like it adds value. Like, every single space is important to us, and every single space in a way can tell a greater story that's happening throughout your own experience in Everspace 2. And through that, that's a win for us, like, through and through. It's so exciting. It brings you into the mix. And that's one of the reasons why, like, just watching you play and kind of getting wrecked right now, and that's okay. Just like seeing the space you're in, like, it makes me want to jump back in and play. I love the work that we've accomplished here. And I know that sounds like I'm patting ourselves on the back. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it deeply.
Yeah, hats off to the rest of the team, the work that they've put in to make the game so enjoyable that you want to play it again and again and again. And yeah, I think at times we do need to give, we've got that rock there, a good pat on the back, you know, because I think we have done a wonderful job. And certainly if you guys put any kind of comments and praise onto any of the socials or on Steam, anything like that, then we will definitely pass it on to the rest of the team, because we want to show those people who maybe don't see them because they're not on the community side, they're not on the social side, look, you've done an amazing job and people are really happy with what you've produced, and we're more than happy to share that with them. And you know, it makes them feel good, you know, which we all try and do in our own little way. So yeah, thanks very much for the praise. If you do offer any, and one thing to kind of tag on to that is, if you haven't already, do consider leaving a review for us on Steam. It's very, very handy for a small developer to have such a high rating in terms of positive reviews. It does help us quite a lot. So please, if you haven't already, do consider it. It's not a demand, but it'd be very, very nice, and you can help us out in that way, and we'd very much appreciate it. So please do consider it when you have a spare moment. Love to hear and see and read your reviews. Yeah, I'm definitely getting wrecked with this thing.
Yeah, something I've caught myself doing with my wife and I like to watch a lot of like movies and shows together. I mean, when we can, we don't watch them very often. But anytime we watch something that has like sci-fi flair, it's funny because like, if it doesn't look like Everspace 2, then that means it's not doing so great. But if it's like, oh man, this looks like Everspace 2, that's like the compliment, because like, man, this looks really good. Yeah. It's so funny. But gosh dang, there have been a couple like sci-fi things that have come out lately where it's just like, man, this just, why couldn't they like play some video games to get some inspiration? Like, normally it's the other way around, but yeah. Dang, it's crazy.
Outlaw Destroyer is getting in the way somewhat. I think we need to take him out. There we go. Good. Go, boom. There. Having one of those dramatic deaths. There he goes. Right, let's clear up some of the stuff around here. All the freebies. Grab all the freebies. Containers, resources, you name it. Let's crash into everything. Oop, hello you. I know. Okay. Something. Ooh, that was sneaky. Look at that. Blow that up. Hello. Caught by that. A little bit of damage. We're smoking just a smidge. Fine, that's fine. The debris. Right, I'll just get over here. Hopefully out of the range of that. Point. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. We just got rammed in there. From behind. Shoved into that. Let's get out of here while we can. Before we venture anywhere. Right, what did we pick up there? We got a nice little beam laser. Okay. Very more handy. We've got a nice flak again. We've got the penumbra still for that one. So we may not keep that. We'll put that there. Capacity on the shield is quite good. Okay, shutdown recharge. So it does hold 25% more speed and it's significant. So I might just swap that out just for a bit of a benefit because that's only a level 10, whereas we're a level 14 now. So that will help us. Let's push on. Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. We all want the stuff. But it's okay. We've got one valuable shipwrecking there, but we've got a few of these mines that we're just going to clear out if we can before we get smacked in the face with anything. Yeah, valuable shipwreck is all good. What do we got? Mainframe component and some meson plating. Whenever I see meson plating, I always think of Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. That's all I have in my head. I know, it says everybody's just died inside there, thinking of Jar Jar Binks. Can we swap the meson plating for the Bloodstar Renegade? Probably not, because we get a nice boost on the kill and yeah, 20%. Probably not. Let's have a look. So we can do the mainframe. That's all. Combine that, so it gives it a point. So we've got 2 on there. So if you have any suggestions in terms of what attributes you think a Sentinel should have, then please do stick them in the chat. We can, I've got 3 in the firepower, 1 in precision. I could put maybe 1 more in precision. What would you suggest? I'm always open to ideas. I like to see what people think. With various craft and various builds. Again, it does go into our Everspace 2 guides and builds that we have on the Discord. Certainly plenty of options there. Anything else we've got? More to go down there.
Do you only have firepower and precision buffed? And that's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we don't need resistance. Just going guns blazing.
It's always funny whenever we get like reports from users saying like, man, this game is so hard, like I'm doing a ton of damage but I just die instantly. Yeah, what's your resistance at? What's how many hit points do you have? Well, I don't do that because it's not important. It's not? Are you sure? Because you were just complaining a second ago about
You would think I would know this. I play quite a lot of MMOs, and obviously resistance is quite a high priority in a lot of MMOs. And yeah, with this game, I'm like, guns blazing. Bearded Vlog said firepower precision utility. We like this good conversation. Offense is the best defense. I kind of agree to a degree until I die. Messily, right? I think we can get out of here now. I think we've collected everything and head on our way. Let's use the super light jump. Get out. While we're flying back over, I think we've only got maybe 1 more question, Eric. Do you want to dive in with that one while we're flying over there, enjoying the music?
Sure, why not? That would be fine. So we do have 1 more sort of meme-ish question, and you know what? It's okay. We'll toss it in there. So the question says, any plans for a "do you guys not have phones" moment and have a mobile version of Everspace 2?
The less you
a mobile version of Everspace 2, I think, would be very tough on mobile phones. I mean, obviously, people know the heritage of the company, of the...
Well, what if they don't?
Oh, yes, well, indeed. If you don't. If you've ever played a game or a series of games called Galaxy on Fire, then you will know that some of the original team that created that are indeed here with us at Rockfish Games. Obviously, Michael and Christian were very much involved in that, being the owners of the previous company that did create that series. So we've got a great heritage there for one of the probably best mobile games ever, certainly of the genre, that you will have found being installed on millions of phones across multiple years. And yeah, we have a great heritage with that series. Could we get Everspace 2 onto mobile? I mean, I know they're powerful now, but I'm not too sure, to be fair, that will ever happen currently. Obviously, you've got to be very aware of the resources that are required to run such a game, and it's very much a difficult process to refine it down to what a mobile phone can handle. So probably not, I think, is the answer on that one.
And to add a little bit more clarity of detail there, one of the big reasons why Michael and Christian, as well as many of the original team members from that mobile territory and days of old, moved into the console and PC market is so that we could have much more power, much more control, much more basically everything than what that mobile market was able to do. From a development side, it was incredibly restricted, and through that, you know, like Hans Christian, for example, he had learned so many tricks on how to optimize because he had to, he was forced to. And taking that knowledge into the PC and console space has given us quite a bit of an edge, which is why we have such visuals going on without your computer completely frying itself to death. Furthermore, for those who are unaware, we did look at like Nintendo Switch for Everspace 2 throughout development, and we came to the conclusion that it was just too large. It's not capable of getting squished down into that space, and we didn't want to over optimize it to present something that we didn't feel was a quality product. So similarly speaking, that's on account of how we are not going to go in a direction back to mobile. It's simply not a space that we want to do. We love the direction we've taken our experience, and it will continue moving in this direction.
I think as well, it was something that we looked at with the older generation of consoles, with the PlayStation 4 and obviously the Xbox One. They just weren't capable of running the game to the standard that we would have been happy with, and we didn't want to release a product that was subpar, because it does reflect on yourself as a development team. So yeah, that's why we didn't go with the older generation, but you know, it was originally in the plan, but time slipped away on that one. Right, let's head to Vesna. Anything else?
One more question.
Oh, good.
Yep, snuck in from Wizard Jerry
the
over
legend.
on YouTube. He asks, I'm curious if your respective positions, meaning your position as community manager and my position as community ambassador, have any different areas of focus. Did you want to speak to that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can both speak to this because we both
I suppose we can.
Yeah, do a similar role. We have a lot of crossover between myself and Erik, and thank you very much for this question, Wizard Jerry. We're hoping that people could chime in with this kind of question to just peek behind the curtain a little bit about what goes on at Rockfish Games. Now, I was brought on board nearly a year ago now for full time. How time has flown. A year. Where's that gone? Pretty much I help run the community in the social aspect in terms of support. Now, the support is my big thing. So if you guys send in anything to the support email, I pick it up on a daily basis. And then with coordination with the rest of the team, we'll try and resolve the issues. So that is really my focus, either on Discord, be it on Steam, on the support emails, even on the socials like Facebook, YouTube comments as well. Sometimes we get some support things in there. So every day, and because of the difference in the time zones, I'm, very similar to the German office guys. So I work from, like, say, 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock my time, and then Erik comes on a little bit later. So we have a good coverage through the day, and it's always a nice thing that we have everything covered because we have such a wide gamut of time zone coverage, because then we think most things get covered. You know, obviously some things are very, very late for Erik and I pick them up in the morning, but generally overall, keeping the community safe, doing all the support issues, collating with the team, trying to do some kind of video work as well. That's pretty much my role, and I know Erik does something very, very similar in his time. So if you want to speak to your role, Erik, as the ambassador, please do.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of people actually not a lot of people, you guys don't ask a lot, and that's fine. It doesn't really need to be asked. But the term ambassador, it's really just a glorified term for manager. I am a community manager to you all. The reason why I'm referred to as ambassador is because whenever I joined the team, which was 7 years ago, man, that's crazy. I was serving directly in even before I was hired. Some of you know this, that the Everspace 1 development had forums associated with it, and I was chatting with people all the time on there. So that's how I kind of built my way up into the position that I'm at, where I was constantly serving the community. And through that, the team also liked my voice. So as the ambassador, I also speak on a lot of the videos that we produce, a lot of trailers that have commentary, stuff like that. You're going to hear my voice or maybe see my face from time to time. So in a way, I'm kind of like, you know, the spokesman of the company in a way, of course. Like Michael is the head dog, and I'm never taking that away from him. That man is brilliant. Seriously, he's incredible. I'm just more here for doing the tasks that he doesn't have time for, because he is a busy man. So that is why I'm called the community ambassador, and those are going to be the tasks that I kind of have in addition to the general community support. Now, there's more to both of our roles that we do as well, because as many of you know, as a community manager, it's not just to make sure everybody's keeping in line on the forums or on Discord or on Reddit or, you know, wherever that we're checking that space out. We do have a couple of other tasks that we're assigned simply because we're a small team. And through that, Gary's been able to dabble in some new territories. I've been able to dabble in some and get our hands in the mix of various things like production, development, things like that, to just kind of like wiggle our creative fingers about and see where things can move from there. But that's kind of getting to the nitty gritty and isn't necessarily associated with titles. Ultimately, yeah, we really like you guys. We like talking, we like answering questions, we like having fun, and that's why we have the jobs that we do. So, yeah.
Yeah, we like talking to you. We're very, very lucky. We have discussed this before, that we have a wonderful community that are passionate about the game, they're interested in the game, and they keep coming back wanting more and more, which is more than we could ever hope for. And obviously it's testament to producing a great game, but also having a wonderful group of players that do come along and play our game so regularly. So thank you for that and sticking with us, even if you've been from Galaxy of Fire days up to Everspace 2. It's a long journey and may it continue. So, yeah.
I've got one more question that snuck in as well.
Sneaking in at the last minute, firing in.
Right. From Sloreen Tetson. Thinking of going to Gamescom. Will you two be there?
Will we two be there? We have plans to attend, but we haven't got any details on that at the moment. So as soon as we have things nailed down, we'll be letting people know, but nothing to say on that just yet. So keep your ears and eyes peeled for any news.
Right. Whenever we have news to share on this front, we will let you know. As of right now, I mean, we want as many team members there as possible, but there's always a lot of complications with scheduling. So yeah, just stay tuned to our scheduling, and we'll tell you what we know when we can. But we will absolutely be present at Gamescom. I mean, it's not too far away from our home in Hamburg, Germany. So if you're in the area, we would love to see you there.
Cool. Right, any more questions before I bid you adieu again? Let's get him going.
I think that's it.
There he goes. Bye now. He'll be back again soon. So if you have any more questions, please do fire them in. Again, if you want any more information about our roles here at Rockfish, then please do ask those questions. We can't go into some personal details, but if you want to know what happens behind the scenes and want to have a little bit of information, then we're more than happy to share that where we can. Right, I need to do a little bit of a repair because I did get beaten up. I mean, my ship looks fine, doesn't it? Just a little bit of, you know, scratch, dirty paint and, you know, damage across the... I mean, even the damage models are cool, aren't they? Let's be fair. I mean, they look awesome. Not so much for your pocket, but they do look good. They do look good. Right, let's just repair. And a restock of the rockets. Let's check the shop. What have we got? Okay, we need cooling units, which is Ben for... Ooh, that'll be quite handy. Because we need Ben for repairs. Let's buy 2 of those, shall we? There we go. We'll just plonk those in before we forget. Cooling units, right. More power casings. Can we craft those power casings? Can we craft those power casings? There. How many can we craft? Oh, several. There we go. Need 9. So okay. Clicking rather than... There we go. 9. Right, there we go. Give those to... There we go. That's that one completed. Nice. Nice little freebie when we dock, so that's handy. That's handy. Okay, how are we doing for those? Crystal diodes, we've got some more of those. 2 of those. Craft any of those. All these little things will obviously make your journey a little bit easier. I haven't got any plasma. Should have bought some, shouldn't I? Although they have some here. How many do we need? In the crafting. In the crafting. So whilst crafting isn't a be-all and end-all in this game, it can help you, especially even in a tough fight. If you want to pause the game and then go in and craft something because you think, I haven't got anything, I need something to help me, you can craft it on the fly. Don't think you can only do it when you dock. Just check in and just help yourself if you can. That's the good thing. So we need 4. And then we need 4, so we're going to need 16 plasma. Unbelievable. There we go. 16. Basic maths. Right. Oh, then we can give that to Delia. The energy orbs. There we go. So that's giving us that nice improvement there.
I could do that.
Nice. So energy orbs will also replenish some shield energy. Again, very, very handy. Startup delays. We're a little bit lacking. I've got 5 of them. Hey,
what are your ship perks on the Sentinel, real quick? I know that it can
good question.
You know, traditionally it's an energy fighter, and it does have some perks associated with energy orbs. I'm just curious.
Do you mean passive-wise?
Yeah, passive.
I've got 20% reduced cooldown for warfare devices, and while shields are at least 50% charge, gain corrosion immunity.
All right. Just curious.
Right. So, okay. Tell you what we'll do. Put a point in there. One of his utility just to try and give us a little bit. You can change them around as well at any point. So don't worry if your attributes you think, oh, okay, I've got, precision, I've got too much firepower, maybe survivability with resistance might be a little bit better. Then you can switch things around at any point. Just remember that your first level costs you 1, mainframe expansion 2 will cost you 2, and then the third level will cost you 3. So it does cost more as you progress up that column. Right, crafting. Okay, that's just that. That's fine. I always like to check what I've got. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Let's sell some stuff, shall we? That flak is no better. Medicine's good. Shield ST. Okay, we'll dismantle that shield. That one. Move pulse. Dismantle that as well. Get the blueprint. Sell that. Money. Solar panels. Money. Okay. What's the difference between these two? Do we need... Okay, that can go. That one. That one. Thermal gun should we need it as well. I don't think there was anything else that I wanted to purchase from them. Nothing there. Rubbish. Nothing. Right, there we go. Right, so moving on, we need to go to Divana gas orbit. Okay, we're on a little bit of journey over there, are we? Fine, place. Toilets. Why over there?
I'll have to take care of that assignment before docking or it'll raise flags. Do you think he bought the ruse hive?
It is difficult to ascertain, but it was a jolly convincing performance. Good call on him being new to this detail.
Yeah, well, I do have some recent and unpleasant dealings with this guy. I'll have to try to find out from him how he ended up in an elite squad role.
Do not bother to dig too deep. Our mission is only to infiltrate the base.
I'm guessing the failed Ceto system mission was the unsuccessful capture of Dax.
This, I suppose, adds an emotional element to your approach, which I suggest forgetting for now.
Jolly good performance. Always sounds like a backhanded compliment from Hive, doesn't it? He's such a card. Okay, so we've got to destroy fuel tanks, energy coils, structures, turrets, missile silos, bomb throwers, and all mobile units. Right. Yeah, Callahan, you'll leave me to it.
Nice touch.
I'm getting into my role.
Use a little bit of the scenery to dodge. You need to improve our energy. Sure. Yeah. Okay, they were shielded, so we need to find. Hello. Was oh. Yeah. How rude.
I want to respond to just a comment on YouTube. Akala says, one thing that really bothers me is that when I shoot at stations, it literally has no impact. And you know, I can understand that. I can appreciate that. It's such a fascinating point because through the ideation of Everspace 2, there was a lot of questions regarding how destructible we could make all the environments and what would happen. And at the end of the day, though, in any development, you have to rein in those thoughts and create an overarching vision. And in order to accomplish the feats that we were able to do here in Everspace 2 present was by gamifying certain aspects and putting more emphasis in others. And this is no different on account of that. Yeah, you shoot a station and you just see like the little damage to the posterior, and that's it. And we do that because the emphasis of the game is far more on the combat, it's far more on the loot. We put emphasis on the story-driven mechanics, which is why certain characters and events occur whether you like it or not, and they have plot armor to make it so. Like, these are all features that were done for the sake of that initial vision. Being able to run around and blow literally everything up sounds amazing, and I can almost guarantee you that every single developer who's ever created any sense of even a pseudo open world game also wants to do that, and yet they know that if they were to do that, there would be a tremendous amount of sacrifices made, both in their initial vision and the development thereof, and also, frankly speaking, of the processing power surrounding it. So I hear you. I wanted to speak to that just because, like, I'm a big fan of fully destructible environments as well. But for here, we put the focus elsewhere.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for that clarity. I mean, I think everybody would love that kind of ability within a game to destroy every single element should they wish, but it's just so difficult to do, and I don't think we're there with in terms of processing power with CPUs, GPUs. For probably a long time, but yeah, it would be nice. But as Erik did say, we do have to kind of rein in certain elements to make the game usable, playable, and enjoyable.
I would even say that for a lot of like destructible environments, it's less about the overarching power, and it's far more about the optimization. So I do have to mention one point that Flory says over on Twitch. She says, sounds like Deep Rock Galactic, blow everything up. And that's actually a sound example of it. They have a voxel format to their game, and it's heavily optimized. If you look at the size of that, in comparison to so many other games out there, it is tiny, and they're able to do a lot with that for those reasons. Now, of course, going in that direction, they're still sacrificing certain things, which is going to be in that visual fidelity, of course, but that was the direction they were able to take. So yeah, really sound example there, just helping everyone understand kind of like how games are made and how a decision takes a pretty big turn in regards to completing every functional piece of equipment and interaction thereof.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's so many elements kind of behind the scenes in terms of developing a game that whilst you want to include everything because you have the idea, doesn't mean you can include it. And whilst that might seem disappointing to some players, but it's a difficult thing to achieve, and you know, I think every developer in the world would love to have every possible idea that they've ever created put into the game, but you know, it's just not feasible at times. We try our best. We try our best.
Do not allow yourself to be distracted, and simply concentrate on the present task.
Pass. Good. Yeah. Oh, just as I looked. Typical. Just as I looked.
Well, that blows.
Oh, God. He's here all week, folks. Not too sure why, but he's here all week. But you never knew. Erik Schrader, comedy genius. Not only community ambassador, community genius. And comedy is his forte. Oh, we've done it again. Just as I was just about to take a breath. Happens to the best of us. Right. Let's push back
Does
through.
it?
Let's get through here. Oh, it starts turning again. There we go. Ooh, just got clipped at that precise moment. Hello. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
Oh, could you look at YouTube chat real quick?
Erik, looks like I will be here all week. Oh, slow rain. I could be that rate. I managed to get through it eventually.
Oh, that's great. For the Twitchers who aren't able to see YouTube chat, basically, the comment about me being here all week, Slureen Tutson said, looks like Gary will be here all week. Just
that's always a possibility.
Absolutely savage. So good.
It's all good banter. We take it in our stride. We're never offended. Much.
As one should.
Yeah. Okay. He's crossing over, so I'm going to cross the other way. And just keep dipping in and out. Yeah.
Oh, he is cheesing that, isn't he?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He was sitting right on the shield, so he was able to shoot from both sides earlier.
Yeah.
That was tough.
he got me. He got his shield up. Damn. That's at least... I think we're on 2 deaths now.
You're actually at -7 deaths. That's impressive.
Wow.
Anyway,
I think I had control of that that option. Well, let's dive back in then.
So the official counter that we have says 5 now, but you know, if that's true, I mean, you're doing a great job. You know,
I think we may have to
battle.
go back through the previous streams that I've done and just check.
But yeah, you go ahead and do that, and then let me know. Actually, wait, no, we can't trust you. Let's see.
I got this. In control.
Wow, he just literally ruined me. Literally ruined me. Gosh.
6. Yeah, so this is a part of the game where it starts yelling at the player and says, "Hey, have you spent time with your ship build? Because if you haven't, it's time to chew you up and spit you out."
Yeah. Hoping his wing would just flip through there. Oh, it didn't. Definitely cheesing it.
It never ends.
Oh yeah.
It does, believe me.
I got this. In control.
Now he's got his shield. Definitely don't want to be on the same side as him.
Oh man, Bearded Frog's already calling a 7th death.
Gosh, where's the belief? Where's the belief?
I believe in you.
Good. Somebody's got to. Just loving that shield. No, he's got his little Weber drum friend there as well. Thank you. Get the other side. Okay, that side. Don't dare, don't dare. He's been a nasty.
Yeah, but you're navigating this pretty well.
Weber drill, where are you?
That's good volley.
Nope. You have ready. Did he start to stick his nose through? Oh! There we go.
All right. Nice work.
Excellent. The harvester is ours again. Shame about the hostages, though.
Can't trust a frog, can you? Jeez.
No belief in frogs.
Threatened to kill them if we refused to pay the ransom. But don't worry. They were just low-grade workers. Easy to replace.
Oh, grade workers.
You piece of
Careful now.
Careful now.
Chief, care to join us out here? It's one hell of a party.
It appears the rest of your squad has arrived. I recommend joining them as soon as possible.
all this is taking the charade too far.
Yeah, now Bearded Frog does make a good point. He says, I'm sure 7 is still right around the corner, maybe literally, just due to the nature of the story progression here.
Yes, literally. Thinking just to that, I'm actually just thinking, what can I craft that's going to help me in this next battle? Having a little bit of knowledge of what's coming, because this is a tough fight coming up. So we may just look to see. Can we actually craft some more rockets?
What's that expression? Out of the fire and into the frying pan?
That's the one.
Yep.
I think we were definitely. So I'm just going to craft some more rockets for myself. I think it'd be good.
Or is it the opposite? Out of the frying pan and into the fire?
Yeah, I think it's that way around.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll go with that one. Yeah.
Either way, I'm hungry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, shield. We see what doesn't help either is our synchro pulse has had a little bit of damage there. So we may need to just switcheroo off to them. We do need to upgrade that at some point. Our boost is a little bit lacking. Shield maybe as well. But remember, these kind of things, it's not all plain sailing all the way through. You may need to just grab something and build it to get you through, because my shield is a little bit lacking. So let's see what we can craft. Give us something good. Okay, we'll equip it. See if it's any better. Took off. You know, ironically, this is actually better than what we just crafted. How bizarre. It's just a recharge on that. Is because it's an ST. Yeah, okay. We can try it as is. That beam laser does give us more than that disintegrator, actually. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try that instead. But yeah, we do have a little bit of an issue coming up. What we also may need to craft is we are struggling a little bit with our energy. So our energy core is a Shiva tuned 12. Let's see. Energy core. Let's craft one of those. Accept it. We'll just check how good it is in comparison. Yeah, so that's take a little hit on the weapons, but overall increasing firepower, more boost, more shield. I think that's not a bad trade-off, if I'm honest. I think we can take that. We can also modify it if we do struggle. Not going to pop out just yet because I just want to see when my rockets come off cooldown, because they're going to be quite invaluable. There we go.
There you are.
Take your pick, Chief. I already have my 7 kills for today. The rest is bonus.
Right, this may be problematic.
There's a difference between killing, which takes time and appreciation, and just shooting someone down. Ain't I right, Chief?
All right, Dave.
What's up, Chief? You normally get a lot more enjoyment out of this.
There. Erosion. What's going on around here?
Hey, Chief, when did you get back anyway? I thought you were still out there searching for those old fleet deserters.
Ongoing matter.
Here, Chief. Me and the boys wanted to talk to you about the new guy.
Callahan? Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, that's to be expected. I mean, he has to take some cruelty, so he fits right in. It's just...
Well, got a few more coming in. He's never good.
That's a mystery.
Okay.
I heard about the fast-track after he single-handedly rescued an entire mining fleet from an outlaw ambush. And killed their boss, Alcito.
That gave us
He seems to have
pain.
Blakemore's ear, too.
Is that so?
That's so. Shield's coming back online. They're behind.
Scram!
slowly wearing them down as they're wearing me down. Fish in a barrel, apparently.
Oh, excuse me.
Sneezing away. Sneezing away. Right. Separately. There you go. You can straight into that. Okay. There's a detonator drone stuck in there. That's good. I was starting to panic there. It's inside the tunnel. Right. Elite Alpha Raider. Those.
Okay, I'm gonna vocalize this because there was a little conversation in YouTube about the exploitation perk, and if EMP effectively triggers the use of it. So for those of you who are not aware, exploitation is a level 25 pilot perk that, when selected, it provides a 50% increased critical hit chance bonus when attacking enemies whose movement is impaired. Now, I had it understood that when we're speaking on account of movement being impaired, it's being slowed down, but I am actually incorrect on this front. So I just did a double check. Movement being impaired is also when a unit is effectively unable to control itself. So EMP does in fact trigger exploitation. So yeah, just wanted to correct that so everybody is aware. Thanks for that question. Your boy Zuh.
Let's head down here. We've got something to pick up. Yeah, thank you for that clarity on that. If there's ever anything that me and Erik can't answer during this stream, then you're always more than welcome to hit us up on the Discord and we can check it up and follow up with the team. They're very knowledgeable guys, so we might just need to dig in a little bit further to find the correct answer and the information for you. And obviously with development, some things do change. So, you know, from time to time we may need to correct ourselves, which we're happy to do, just to make sure that you guys get the proper answer that you deserve and that we want to give you. So you gonna let me in here? You're gonna let me in? There we go. Oh, that's just rude. That's just rude. Let me just block. Thank you. Thank you for that shenanigans. Oof. Well, we survived, and as Bearded Frog did say, you know, that when he loses faith or has no faith in me, I seem to fly better. So have little faith in me. Makes me concentrate more. Love it. Right, let's just get everything restocked, repaired. We'll just check on our inventory as well. See, there we go. We picked up, after just crafting a replacement, we picked up a new Shiva. How good is that? We'll pick that. Put that one in. But it is what it is. One of these things that happens in the game. So yeah, I do need to change our booster out at some point as well. It's looking a little bit tired. We'll do a quick repair on that as well, so that can help us there. So I'm just being mindful of the time, because I think we're going to have to transition over to some screenshots and also looking at a couple of videos that we've got as well. So for the next time that I stream, Bearded Frog, I just see your comment there. We may need to defer for my bomber challenge for another time, because it means I've got to go switch to a bomber and then get everything set up for it. But we can always try that another time. So yeah, anything else there? Nothing. Perks are looking good. Level 14. Okay. Too bad. Another flawless Corva. We're just slightly short on there. Put that credit into there. We just need one more flawless Corva to get that onwards. Anything else for Delia? Yeah, still lacking in super gel, but we can make them up. Right, what we're going to do then is we've got about 20 minutes left, and we'll answer some questions. we'll look at some screenshots while we're doing so. Have a look at the couple of videos that we've got in as well, and yeah, let's just do a quick transition over. So just give me a moment while we sort this out. I'll get the save done because I always forget. There we go. Stream save hard. I always end up having to go look for it and find it. There we go. Right, we shall transition over and we'll be back in a moment. Don't go nowhere. Right, where are you, screenshots? I see you. And we'll have the lovely, delectable Erik back on screen with us as well. So, all you ladies, just calm yourself.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. Right, let's bring that into full screen mode with our first wonderful screenshot that comes. I believe this is one that I grabbed from Steam. If you have those screenshots posted up on there, I do check those out as well. I will comment and see how much of a wonderfulness you are posting there. And this is from Hartman over there. I was a bit confused with the angle of this, but obviously normally you're approaching these gas tanks and the puzzles hereof from a slightly different angle, but I think it's an amazing thing. And I think it also shows off the wonderful lighting within the game that we have, obviously either through Lumen or our normal global illumination methods that are baked in. So I thought it was fantastic just because of the depth of the shadows and also the lighting creating. It's almost like you're stepping out of the door into the blazing sunshine should you do so. But do we have any questions while we're answering or going through these screenshots, Erik? Have we got anything?
Yeah, we have at least one, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer this one. And we just got a second one, so I'll let you answer one as well. So First question is the paid DLC the next update for Everspace 2, or is there something coming before then? Look, we've had situations where something has arisen when we didn't expect it. That's exactly where the supporter pack came from. So even if I told you, no, we don't have any plans, I could actually be incorrect. Something could come up. So the best way to answer this is honestly just saying we have plans for DLC, and that's it. Whatever else happens from there can be something of an organic process where we're at in development right now. So yeah, just wait and see, and we will be happy to show you what comes up when it does. So the next question we have is from Excelsior, who asks, without getting too specific, did the supporter pack match, exceed, or underperform your expectations? Do you want to have a go at this, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, I think as we know that the supporter pack was there as an option because it's purely cosmetic, no microtransactions, of our community to say, hey, you guys over at Rockfish are doing a wonderful job, and we'd like to support you a little bit further if we can, which, you know, we're very humbled by and we're very, very appreciative of, because it helps us be, you know, who we are and develop a wonderful space game that you guys are enjoying. I think Michael would probably be the best person to answer this question in, you know, literal terms of whether he considers it successful, but we consider it successful purely because you guys have reached out and said, this is brilliant, we like it, we love it, here's the money for it, we appreciate what you're doing. So to us, that is a success, irrespective of the monetary aspect or anything like that. But that does fund, obviously, Everspace 2's development and beyond, and it allows us to do what we're passionate about, and that is making great games. So in a way, it's probably exceeded our expectations, and we're just extremely thankful that you guys have picked up on it and wanted to be a part of that continuous journey that we're on by helping us so much. If there's anything you want to add to this, Erik, please do.
Well, considering the start of the question was without getting too specific, I think you've said enough.
I've turned it to Erik. I've turned it to too many words.
It's all good. It's all good. It's with all sincerity, I mean, like, and we've mentioned this before, like the supporter pack came into fruition because it was requested from the community. We really didn't have too much of an expectation for it. We just know we've We just knew that you guys wanted to continue supporting us, and instead of just creating like a little option to donate money, it just didn't feel like the right way to approach it. We thought, well, you know what, if we can give something a little bit back for kicks and giggles, cool. And that's when we played around with the idea of the supporter pack, launched it, and you know what, you guys are having a lot of fun with it. That's the win. Just as Gary was saying, you guys are enjoying it and we're thankful, as well as the fact that we can keep our lights on too. That's definitely a plus. So.
Keeping the lights on always helps. But yeah, we're very, very humbled, and we're actually amazed as well as humbled that you guys are so supportive of us as a development team. I know obviously myself and Erik are very much the face and the contact, but everybody on the team is very appreciative too, and we do pass those messages on because it's feedback for us. You know, is it something that has worked? Is it, you know, whatever we do, whatever changes we do, whether it's in the game or as a supporter pack, is it something that is received well? And we live off that feedback, whether it's a review or a comment, you know, good or bad. You know, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, because, you know, you can't think everything is always rosy and that. So we are appreciative that you give us that feedback. So yeah, thank you very, very much to you all. We love you dearly for it. Next up, we have a screenshot. Now, this user was on Steam again, but they had a very odd username that I couldn't actually pronounce, so I've just called them Steam User. Yeah, a wonderful shot there. I think it's very, very clever how they frame this with their ship in the background, taking on the attack run and doing quite a bit of damage to this Redeemer ship. It's doing a wonderful job of... and intentionally blowing it up, as you can see at the bottom. So yeah, do go check these screenshots out on Steam, as well as obviously the ones that I picked up from our Discord as well. But it's the wonderful creations, and we love people being creative with the improved photo mode as well. We made it even more easier for you all to do. So right, next up, everybody loves a bit of blue, don't we? Look at that, look at that. Obviously somewhere that we've just recently been. Slight spoiler territory, I could say a little bit on this, but obviously at Vesna, some very strong turret action going on there, which is going to be doing some potential damage to that ship, which is, I think, actually doing some damage to nearly that ship at that angle.
Probably not good for the skin.
No. Yeah, I don't think any factor 50 is going to stop that.
Gosh.
But yeah, if you do have any more questions, do fire them in. We'll get them answered for your delectation. Hopefully, we'll be able to answer them as we see fit. So that one was from Exelsnick over on Steam. I nearly forgot their name, but yes, they're a wonderful screenshot as well. We do like the different screenshots. I know it's very, very difficult with how good Everspace 2 is in terms of visuals, just not to just every other second you pause and take a photo. But when you specifically think about a shot, or you thought, wow, that was an amazing shot, and you capture it, we do look out for those ones that just stand out. But they're, you know, the whole game is just beautiful. And speaking of one of the brilliant screenshots, if I can just zoom in a little bit, there we go. This one is from AJ over on Steam as well. Again, a different angle that you generally approach this station from, but I think they've captured with the depth of field of the ship in the foreground and the station being the prominent figure. But then obviously you see the star that's looking like it could blow up any moment, very, very close to the station. Wonderful screenshots. Just the cruising home, maybe, you know, whatever this pilot's doing. You could always imagine a story that is there for that pilot and that pilot themselves, you know, in a world of lore of Everspace. So have we got another question?
Yeah, we have one sneak in. Bearded Frog is asking specifically, how is it going with the art book? Any update on making it more available worldwide or elsewhere? Now, I'm going to have to defer this question over to Lee. Pretty sure that he's still hanging out in the chat. So, Lee, if you are there and you want to answer this, by all means. If I do not see a post in a couple of minutes, then we will answer that more directly as we can. So, otherwise, continue showing these beautiful screenshots.
Excellent. We shall indeed continue on. Next up, this one is from Bird and Cantador, again over on Steam. Wonderful angle there, firing off a cruise missile and other rockets heading in the general direction of the camera, giving off a nice vibe of you don't want to be where that is aimed. So again, slightly different variation. It's not your average over the, just behind the ship kind of shot. They've really thought about this and how they can make it work. I can imagine with a lot of people, they have to reload and reload and reload because they don't get the perfect shot and they have to try again. But this is what we love. This is the passion that we're here for. So please do keep sending them in wherever you want to post them. We will pick them up. Next up, another one. Wonderful depth of field. I mean, that is just superb. Great collage of color and everything with that gunship and the turret that we're seeing. And this is from Demoniac Milk. Yes, even Milk is demonic these days. A wonderful shot from them, from Steam. Brilliantly done. And you could just have these, as Johan said over on YouTube, that you can have a lot of these as just wallpapers. You could create a desktop wallpaper for your PC, your laptop, your phone, whatever it is, from some of the screenshots that you can create with this game. And I think it's just a nice additive to, not only is it a great game to play, but it has this extra bonus of being visually stunning. Right.
It actually ties into a really good question we have that came in. So Excelsior is asking, since the photo mode update, aperture and depth of field is always turned on, or am I wrong? Is there an option to disable it completely? It is to my understanding that it is not turned on by default when you go into the photo mode. And if Excelsior, if that's somehow happening to you, and I know that you're very good at the photography in the game, if that is happening to you, please report that to our respective channels so we can have a look, maybe if you have a save or something, because it should not be doing that. It should be completely off by default.
Yeah.
We also do have a follow-up on the account of the art books.
Nice.
But Lee said, what he can say is, he says, I hate having the same answer regarding getting the art book in additional Amazon stores. We're continuing to chip away at the logistical issue while looking at other options as well. So there you have it. Yeah. Our update is that we don't have an update. It's one of those things. But thank you for that clarity, Lee, and thank you for the question, Bearded Frog.
Indeed. Same again. This is one for Demoniac Milk. A wonderful shot again. Very different depth of field, focusing on that central thruster there on the ship, but you can see the planetoid in the background as well. I just love the different composed ones. And speaking of a different one is our next screenshot, which I don't know if we've shown this one before, but it is a very, very happy picture, as you can see. Somebody's very, very happy in the Rift, and this one's from Not Scion. Now that is very well worked out. It must have taken probably quite a while to actually build this one up, but to get two Rift portals that close together and then position your ship perfectly so it looks like a happy, smiley Rift. What more could you ask for? Because they're not always happy and smiley Rifts, but this one was obviously a bit more of a pleasant day. Have we got any more questions? Have we got things flying?
Yeah, so we have a question from Yorgla. Any plans for merch? I'd love to take my coffee in my Everspace 2 mug while wearing my Everspace 2 shirt under my Everspace 2 sweater, having my feet warm in my Everspace 2 socks.
Wow, if that's not fan mode enabled, I don't know what is. Again, we have spoken of this before. It was something that we'd love to do. There's a lot involved with creating that kind of merchandise, etc. But it's definitely something we consider as being important. But if we ever go down that route, we will let you know. But just wait for news if we have any. And I'll flick on to another one. This one is from White Shadow. Again, this one over on Steam. A beautiful shot with a little ship skin applied to this one, but I just love the coloration, how the red against the silver of the ship, and also the blue of the weapons is just so intense. A great shot. Love it. Love how they've colored that one. So, any more questions? They're all flying in now.
So this one, I'll just ask it. It comes from Jahon Cross. HDR support update, question mark?
As many of you will know, HDR is something that is just left as experimental for Everspace 2. We realized early in development that it was problematic, and we didn't want to spend too long on, creating a workable version, but it did work for some people, so we left it there as experimental. It's there to be used. Okay, it's not perfect. Would we go, in the future to look at something along those lines? Maybe. That would be down to the team to decide whether it's worthwhile for them to spend that time doing anything in that regard, because it's very, expensive in terms of development time. And when you're a small team and many people are doing many things, dev time is so precious. So maybe it'd be nice to have, but there's no promises on that one, I think.
We have to make hard calls. That's the short of it. And sometimes those calls are not fun. There have been a number of things that we wanted to do with Everspace 2 that simply couldn't happen. And HDR kind of falls in that territory. So it's just kind of the state of how things move, but we are very happy with the direction we've been able to take the game on account of not being able to do HDR support, and we hope that you are as well.
Excellent. This one, we'll quickly fly through this because we've got about 3 or 4 more to do, and they've got a couple of videos, and we're crashing in on the time already. Where's it all going? This one, obviously, a lot of people may have seen this before. It's very iconic in its picturing, but this one's from Jonesy over on Steam, and it was the name that caught me. To be fair, this one was called "Entering Cocoa Puffs Field, Shields and Spoons Engaged."
Incredible.
Yeah,
and I'm hungry again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Too much food reference. Too much food. Eric's going to be eating his microphone shortly. He's getting that peckish. There he is. So that's another one. Next up, we have, again, that shows off the fabulous lighting within the game that we have. And this is one ONX Abood over on there on Steam. Amazing, and I think it's just testament to the art team of how wonderful they make this game look. And it's only when you take that photo mode and you take that specific picture, you realize how astronomically, pardon the pun, beautiful the game actually is. And sometimes you just got to sit there and look and view and enjoy the scenery. And a great shot from OMX Abood. Do we have any questions while I'm looking through?
Yep, I've got one more question. I'm gonna take it and answer it real quick. So this one comes from Ronnie Patterson. Where is the flight stick support on console? Is the question, and the answer is we don't have any. Console integration through inputs is rather taxing. It's a difficult process. We are thrilled to have brought key binding, or rather button mapping, to the mix for console users. But beyond that, it's very limited in what we would be doing from this point. So if you are interested in playing the game with a flight stick, then your only option is going through the PC side.
Yep. There we go. Oh, quickly, this one is Nemonok. Again, hard name to pronounce. Wonderful use of depth of field. The ship is almost like, trying to get out of a bit of a dangerous situation with that freighter there that's just about to blow up, which is pretty much dangerous. Next up, a widescreen shot, ultra widescreen shot. This one, as you can see, it's quite zoomed out from one of our users, which is Red Frog. A wonderful shot of their drone, which can be the most wonderful or the most painful adversary that you can come up against. And you can see even the close up, the detail is quite phenomenal on that drone. Again, testament to the designers and the art team for knocking that together. And then lastly, we have one which, if anything, shows off the wonderful Tron-like glowing effects from Skipper Wraith from our Discord. If you want to see what you can create in this kind of way, then obviously you need the supporter pack, which will allow you to have these kind of skins. They're wonderful, and we want to see more of these designs. If you do have a ship that you're very proud of, that you've been flying around the DMZ in, and you like the styling, let us see it. We'll show it. We like to see what you've been creating and what elements you like to fly in style with, as we say. So yeah, definitely a nice looking ship that shows off that coloration as well. Right, quickly, while we have a few moments time, I'm just going to get rid of that. Come over there. We're just going to go.
I'm going to answer a question while you're doing those things. There's a question from Federico. Haptic feedback support. Yes, there is haptic feedback support on the controllers. That's definitely there. And if you're having any sort of issues, please let us know. We have had a couple of reports here and there, but to my understanding, they've been addressed. So yeah, that's definitely there. It's there and working. And I also want to just give a quick shout out to David J. Wow. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. No, let me rephrase that. I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but they've actually completed Lunacy 2000 in all 9 ship classes. That is no small feat.
Wow.
There are very few people who have done that. I think that's incredible. So there's your shout out. Very nicely accomplished.
Indeed. Right, this is one of the videos that I want to show you very, very quickly, and this is not my run, definitely not. Type Kibbles did the bomber run on Scrap Race in first person in cockpit view with inertia dampeners off, so we shall see how he got on, shall we? Let's play. Roll tape.
I'll be checking to see if there's any edits, any cuts in the video. Nice. Turn off nice and smooth. Definitely better than me.
I've watched this several times, actually. It's very, very well done, to be fair.
Yeah, one of the things to note is that they're taking their time and they're not live streaming.
Yes, no pressure. Yeah, you always feel that extra element of pressure when you know that there's many people watching you, and every tiny little detail is like, when it goes wrong, it just goes really wrong, especially with the inertia dampeners off.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, you know, of course, but it's tricky. There's a lot of areas of skill involved here, a lot of a strong understanding of the controls that you have. That's a better way of putting that. A strong understanding of the controls, and it's impressive to watch you guys do this type of stuff. I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
So, gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. If it's not just Scrap Race here at Nefties, if you're doing any of the other races, please do send them our way. We just record a little video, send us a DM over on Discord, and we can have a look and, you know, just be astounded by your flying abilities, good or bad. You know, we're happy to show it. At least you've tried. There, see, he got bronze. He got bronze. I mean, well done to that. You know, well done indeed. Let me just get rid of that. And then the last video I want to show you before we say farewell. Sometimes you should do things, and sometimes you shouldn't. And one of those things is something that we there was a little social media message that was going around regarding increasing loot drop by 1,000, and it isn't always necessarily a good thing to do, and you'll see why. So I'll just play this video. The poor frames. The poor frames. Now, this was Hans Christian that did this. And as you can see, when the ship explodes, the poor CPU and all the calculations and everything, it just freezes. It's like, yep, not doing anything today. And then, oh, the frames. So, yes, people may say, oh, we want epic drops. We want to see the epic loot. We want to see everything. You can see why we have to limit things, because you cannot literally feasibly play the game like that. As much as it seems brilliant, it's just like, you can do it, but should you do it really? But yeah, fair play to CK for creating that for us. It's not going to be in the game. You're not going to see anything like that. We're not leaving it in, so don't get like, yay, we're going to be dropping all this wonderful kind of loot, whether it's good or bad, for your credit selling or anything like that. It literally is just for a bit of fun on one of the dev systems, and it brought it to its knees. So yeah, there we go. Good and bad. Not necessarily something you want to see, but I'm going to stop there because we're going over time, and you know, time is precious for everybody. But thank you very much for joining us. It's flown by. Literally, those 2 hours have just disappeared. As always, we're very happy that you come back and join us for these. We do love doing them. We talk about things when we can. You know, we're a very transparent company. We're working very, very hard on future content. You know, be patient. We're getting there. supporter pack is available if you want to dive in for that. Again, we've touched on it. We're very appreciative of that. We're all, very, very humbled by it. And if you haven't and you want to, please leave us a review over on Steam. Say how much you love the game. Give us feedback across everything that you come in contact with in the game. We're happy to hear it. It helps us make a better game because we then know what the community like. So is there anything you want to add, Eric, before we dash off for the weekend?
Not really. I seriously have to zip out of here. So
Cool. Let's get out of here.
Too much other than it's been great having all of you. You're all incredible, and don't stop being awesome, because that's what you're commanded to do by me every week, every other week, technically.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Just to echo that, thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure. We love the interaction, and we shall see you in a couple of weeks' time. Hope you can join us then. But in the meantime, folks, take care, be good, and we'll see you again soon. Toodles for now.
Toodles.